Ever felt the overload of paper, not knowing where to start? Got too many stacks of paper? Got so much old stuff that you just want to pull into new stuff? Well, 100 pattern paper challenges, that's the one for you. And today I'm making one using the 3-2-1 rule. Okay, so 3-2-1 means we need 3 papers. So I'm going to go through my stash here. Look at it. This is just one of my 100 pattern paper challenges. I have many, many, many. And as I said, we're doing 3, 2, 1. We need 3 papers. So I'm going to go through the papers. 2 is 2 major cluster points on your paper, and 1 is your photo. So I'm starting with my 1 photo. Look at it, this one here. That's what's going to drive my paper choices. I'm using the colors. All right, so I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to look. So you can see how these colors all match that that photo. You can see how the blues go in, and I'm just flicking through very quickly. This is the thing. We get bogged down with looking too long at our papers and making decisions. So go quickly, go through it fast, think what works. Look at that, perfect. Look at that color there. Yep, could be a possibility. Nope, keep coming back to that stripe. I'm going to flick through, have a look. I could use the blues and the pinks there. No, but I'm not feeling the love on this one. Yeah, not quite. Could be a possibility. I'm flicking through. I'm just choosing one. Yeah, look at that. See, that's got my attention. Aha, let's have a look at this one. Now, you can see why I've automatically gone to that one. It is the color of Wags. Wags is being picked up beautifully on there. It's giving that feel of a shipboard. This photo here is my daughter with Wags on the Anthem of the Seas that we just came back from our holiday on. And look, those 2 that I saw at the front, they're the colors. There's my 3. Okay, so there's my 3 pattern papers. I always give myself permission to pull in cardstock. I don't include it in my 3. So I've got 3 pattern papers, which I'm going to use. I don't have my 1 photo, and then I'm going to have 2 major cluster points. I can have other cluster points, but I have 2 major cluster points. So 3, 2, 1, that's what we're working with today, 100 pattern paper challenge. I also am going back to number 1 that Tina put up for the challenge in this group. And the things that I needed for this are something new, pre-cut, circles, little word stickers, and thread and twine. So let's see if I can do all of that in our 3-2-1. Now look at that color, isn't it beautiful? The red. This paper here is 2005, people. 2005. So it's old. It's been in my stash for ages. It's time for it to be used, and this is how we're going to get through it. So I'm going to do a whole lot of these 3-2-1s in the future for this 100 pattern paper challenge, and I'm going to bring it all together. So if you have gotten that bogged down feeling, have gotten to the point that you feel I cannot make any decisions, I cannot make any progress, I want you to watch this and I want you to stay with it, and let's go. I am dragging in some white cardstock because I want to break up the colors, and that's going to allow me to keep with my layout and get it done quickly. Now look at all those branding strips. Keep them all, people. You never know when you're going to need them, and today I've just gone one that I wanted, and that qualifies for my pre-cut. You also saw that little embellishment there. That was already pre-cut, so that's my pre-cutty part. I pre-cut a branding strip from a previous paper that I'm going to drag in, so there you go. And I'm also going to use that one there, so don't throw your branding strips away. This is a Kaisercraft paper. It is an older one. It is a wood grain. I love wood grain, you know that. And this one here with the floral and the stripes. So we're going to have circles as Tina wanted, but these are always great shapes to put on a layout. Seriously, when I first started scrapbooking, I loved circles. Everything had circles. And seriously, you can't go wrong with geometric shapes on your layouts. So I'm cutting 3 on there, and I'm going to cut 1 with the floral, and I'm going to fussy cut those florals, and they're going to be part of our cluster. See, so my paper is going to drive the whole layout. You really need to just get brave and choose designs that you normally wouldn't choose. I've got all different size circles here, and they're all going to come together to create the layout. Now if you don't have a circle cutter, or you don't have circle punches, you can use trace around cups, you can trace around plates, you can trace around anything that has a circle, and it's going to give you the different dimensions or the radiuses that you need for your layout. Now I have my 1 photo. Remember, three papers, 1 photo. That's the one. I'm going to mat it with the white because I'm going to drag that frame into the layout, and I'm also going to break up the heavy colours, which is a good thing for your photo as well. All right, so we're going to have the white border, and we're going to put down the wood grain as our base. So that's using one of my papers. And you will see how just 3 papers can make such a great simple layout and looks so effective. All right, here's my pre-cut piece. It is my pre-cut branding strip. It's out of my stash of branding strips, and also here is my one with my little title, and it says dream until your dreams come true. So here's my daughter with Wags. Now we've always been Wiggle fans in our family, and on this cruise we were on a Wiggle cruise, which was, a bit of a pleasant surprise. And so when we did the sail away party, the Wiggles were out. Dorothy was the DJ, and everybody, Captain Feathersword and Henry the Octopus, everybody was out. But Wags was stopping on the deck down below us to have selfies, and my daughter happened to notice this, and all of a sudden she disappeared from my side, and she came back so thrilled with herself because she'd gone down and she'd gotten her selfie with Wags. And so I am capturing this moment for her because it was very out of her comfort zone and very exciting for her. And so I just wanted to capture it. And these colours on this paper makes for a perfect addition for this photo. So I'm just using my gathered twigs to ink around the edges. Always, always a good option because it just lifts it up off that background, but it also adds that mixed media touch to your layout as well. Don't be afraid to ink. We all have loads of ink. If you haven't gotten an ink, you really need to get one. A brown or a black is always good staple for inking, and it just adds that little bit of extra interest to your layouts. I'm just inking up the edges even of my branding strips here, and that's going to help to pull it all together. So what I'm going to do, as you saw there where I was mapping it out, I'm going to use the circles as a feature on the layout. So they're going to drag the color and the pattern in, and that's going to help make that photo pop. Don't be afraid to get busy with your patterns. As long as your colors are matching your photo, the busyness will just be a part of the layout, not overtaking the layout. It's really, really fun to play with patterns. You can see that I've got the stripes going all different ways, and that's creating that visual interest on the layout without overwhelming. So I've got 2 that are going vertical, I've got the one that's going horizontal, and then I've got the contrast with the florals. Now I'm going to put in my photo, and I'm using some foam here to pop it up because I want it to be solid and not collapsing in my album when I go to put it in. You notice that I also put a photo tab to the end of this photo. That's just another feature to add interest to the layout, but I'm also going to use it for a landing spot for a wordy bit later on. So I'm just going to put this onto the layout straight away. This is coming together very, very quickly. And yes, I am speeding it up, but in time, real time, it's a quick layout for me as well. So just make sure you're manipulating your circles so that it sits properly and they are overlapping as you just saw there. So yep, layouts take a while to do, particularly if you want them to be effective. But this one for me is a fast layout. Overall, the whole layout took about an hour and 20 to do. I'm not going to make you sit there and watch an hour and 20 of me doing a layout, so that's why I have sped it up for you. Please be aware that, it does take time to create, but I find that relaxing. And hopefully you find this inspirational enough to give it a go as well. Now I'm going to use the smaller circles here to be landing points for my clusters. Now remember we said we've got 3 papers and we're going to have 2 major clusters. There will be a third one, it's just a small one, but that's part of the process, and this allows you to get over your creative blockage, particularly when we're faced with so many paper choices. I know I am. I have so much paper that sometimes I just can't even start to create because I just don't know where to start. So the 3-2-1 helps me get started and helps me get through that process. All right, so there's my basic layout. Now, I had this pre-cut, well, it's not pre-cut, it's pre-made embellishment. It is pre-cut, really, because it is cut. from a die. Sharon Bishop from the Girls Down Under created it, and it is now finding a home into my layouts, and it's perfect because it's a puppy dog, not exactly the same colour as Wags, but perfect in the fact that it's round and it's circular and it continues. That's going to be one of our feature clusters. Now, the other ones are going to use these florals from the paper. So we're utilizing what we have. And so what I'm doing is I'm fussy cutting around the layout, around the flowers. Now, I am not going totally close to the edge of the florals. I am leaving a little bit of a border around the edges, and that's just because they are quite detailed and quite part of that process. Please work with your fussy cutting what best suits you. Don't be afraid to, get close to it or even go around the edges if you like. I am leaving that white edge because I just, I like how it looks, and I'm going to ink around the edges as well to give it that vintagey feel to the layout. So this is all going together nicely and is layering up. That's my big major cluster point there at the bottom. So that's cluster point number 1. Now I am going to add in some fishtail banners here, and this is where I'm maximizing the use of my paper. I'm going to use both sides here, so you'll see. And I do cut tags for top and bottom. It's just another little way of adding interest to the layout, and you really want to be able to capture the eye all the way around your layout. Now, by using the papers and limiting yourself to your papers, it's really, really, like I said, a creative block overcome. So I am contemplating whether I'm going to go with the solid mustard or I'm going to bring in some of the floral. And I think I will use part of the floral because it is going to drag your eye around the layout equally balanced by having that little bit of a tag with the floral there as well. So that's how that is pulling together. And I'm also going to have another banner coming down from this top one as well. So that's pretty much how it's going to look together. The second cluster is going to, my second major cluster is going to be this one here with the fishtails to the right. And I do have the tiny one, which I've added to the top. So my two major clusters are the ones down here with the dog and the florals, and then the two with the fishtail banners over to the side, and then I have the little one at the top. So the two clusters are quite distinctive when you see it at the end. The 3 papers allow me enough creativity to work all the way through. And then I have the extra additions. And you remember, you want your 3, your 2, your 1. Extra additions come as a bonus. And it's only from the papers that I've got. I'm not dragging anything else in. So as you can see, this was a strip that I cut off, and I'm including that now into it to go across the top. And that's finishing off that little piece at the top there. I love, love, love the colours in this layout. I think it's all come together beautifully. I'm allowing your eye to drag around by placing those colours. Now, just to add a little bit more interest and also to meet the challenge as Tina had for the 5 ingredients formula, is the thread or twine. So I'm adding some of that into the back of the clusters, and that's allowing a little bit more texture and a little bit more interest to the layout. And it's a simple thing to do. So, those embroidery flosses that you have when you finish doing, or you've got little bits lying around, just, messy them up and add them to your clusters, and it's just that little bit of extra detail that adds that point of interest as well. So I'm just gluing it down so it looks like it naturally falls in a mess, and then I'm putting the floral over the top, and that's making that little point reference point on the layout. And you can see that I've got that thread happening there as well. So let's have a look and see things. I've got something new that will come. I've got pre-cut, so I have my pre-cut branding strip and my embellishment that was sort of pre-cut. I've used lots of circles. Now I'm putting in my word stickers here, and they're all about enjoying the moment, having fun, you know, being you, living life, those sorts of things. Uh, they're from the Happy Days collection. So you can just mix and match all of your collections and they work. Seriously, don't be afraid to mix and match. That's what I found people get bogged down. So I've got the branding strip there, I've got the unforgettable up the top there, and those word stickers make a little bit of a difference to your layout. Now we're getting to the end of what it is going to be, and you know I just have to zhuzh with a pen. These are one of my classic finishing touches. I love to add faux stitching, particularly to elements like this. It allows it to stand out on the layout, so I'm just adding the faux stitching around the circles, and it takes a little bit of time, but not that much, but it does make all the difference. You know, you really want your elements to be cohesive. So by adding the black lines and the messy lines and the faux stitching, you are really just dragging it all together. Then for the overall border, I'm using a white gel pen, and that's going on to the darker material, and that's just a subtle way of finishing off this layer. And I do love making my borders finished, so faux stitching is a great way to do that. Doodling is, you know, it's a skill we used to do a lot of in the past, not so much now, but look at that, it just really finishes off the page. Now for something new, I have these new pop of colors, and I love this color. It's just divine. And this one is called, let me find the name of it for you. I cannot even see it. Oh, it doesn't even have the name on it. Oh, yes, it does. It's called Chocolate Kiss. And of course, it's a chocolate kiss. It's beautiful. It's a brown. I love it. It's brand new. It's to me, brand new to me. Pops of color, chocolate kiss. You need to get some liquid Nuvos or pops of color or stickles. You need one at least if you're starting out, because you really do want to add a little bit to your layouts. 3, 2, 1. Remember, 3 papers, 2 major clusters, and 1 photo. That's a layout. That's how you do it. Here's a 100 paper challenge done. Yay, finally kicking off for the year, my first one for this one, and I hope to get a few more up in the next couple of days. So guys, come back and check and see what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember, I will put a link to the playlist down below, because there are lots of people playing along, but go and check out the Facebook page. Seriously, there are some very, very talented people using up patterned papers all over the place. This is my layout, nice and close. Don't forget, 3, 2, 1, you can do it. Go and use up your old papers. Make sure your stash is down so you've got room for the next lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hopefully I get a thumbs up from you. I really, really want it. Here it is. Here it is. See you there real soon.